Welcome to Between Two Pastries, a not-so-typical nutrition podcast. Nicole and Annie are licensed and registered dietitians. Join them as they discuss hot nutrition topics, challenge popular beliefs, and have a blast doing it. Here are your hosts, Nicole and Annie.
Welcome to Between Two Pastries. This is Nicole.
Hey everyone, it's Annie.
Good morning, everybody. Today is morning, and Annie and I are already fired, freaking up. So
it's gonna be a good one.
Oh my gosh! So all of a sudden, I don't know why, but out of the blue, we have just been seeing these massive BS claims. We've been swearing all morning. I'm sorry, I've been swearing all morning.
Yeah, no, I'm there with you.
It makes me so angry. So we have seen so many BS claims lately, and we got to nail all of this stuff. So here, the first one we're going to talk about, this was brought to us by a dear listener. Thank you so much, Kristen. Super appreciate you listening. You have texted us with some real good ideas several times, and we appreciate it. We also love hearing how well you are doing with yourself and your own diet mentality and better body image and all that yummy stuff. So thank you for being a listener, and keep doing good work on your end. So she said, and this is how the general public sees this stuff. She says, a friend of mine has been pushing a pill that supposedly converts sugar to fiber for a quick fix, quote unquote, to lose weight.
I mean, let's just analyze that statement that you just said.
I agree.
A pill that converts sugar to fiber for a quick fix. What about any of that sounds like we should believe it?
Right. Well, so first of all, it's literally impossible. Turn glucose.
Come on, please tell, you don't have to be smart or a science major to know that. But that's a magic trick.
People love magic.
Oh my God, but how desperate do you have to be to believe that bullshit?
Right. And
you must really fucking hate yourself.
Yeah. And Kristen, we are not talking about you at all.
No.
Really want to make, we are not directly.
No, this is not about you.
Yeah.
It's about everyone else.
Just in general, it's just sort of these claims out here drive us freaking crazy. But the thing is that, and I mean, God bless everybody, quite literally, because I wish they wouldn't believe these things, but I understand how compelling. And
it is compelling. It's a sales pitch.
Well, and some extremely educated people that I work with,
yes.
And they even say, listen, I got to bring this to you. I heard this thing, which we're going to talk about another BS thing too, that recently came to my attention. But, and they do say, I heard this thing and I'm like, I bet it was really compelling. And they're like, yes, this is why I'm bringing it to you. And I appreciate that, because they also, they're like, oh, I'm getting sucked into this, and I'm gonna ask somebody who actually knows something about this,
which is great.
Yeah, I agree.
Why are we getting sucked in?
Well, there's that too.
Why are you getting sucked in, and why don't you have the balls to say, I don't think this is true. I don't like your sales pitch to that person. Call them out.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is that people are curious though, and they want to believe. They want to believe. So here's the thing. So we were able to actually find this product. It's so interesting because the product even pops up and it says now patented. And I'm like, what are they? Okay, you guys, this is so legitimately bogus. I can't even believe it. So this dumb thing, I'm not even going to remotely reveal the name. I'm sure anybody who has heard this knows the name anyway. It is literally a stupid probiotic, which you have no idea the legitimacy of this. And there is inulin in that. Inulin is a fiber that you can find in ungodly amounts in a Kind bar or Kashi cereal. Inulin is fiber that you can find elsewhere as well, but it is just simply a fiber. And not only that, there's a 0.5 gram in it. There's also a little asterisk there because there is no daily recommendation for it because no one needs inulin. And inulin is simply a prebiotic to the probiotic. It's just food to the probiotic. This, I want to literally pull every follicle of hair out of my skull right now because I cannot even stand how ridiculous this is. And they're selling it at $45 a bottle. They're claiming it does everything. It reduces inflammation, it boosts energy, it lessens fatigue, it improves it's a probiotic. And we don't even know if it's a good probiotic because probiotics are another whole business that isn't exactly precise either. And that there are only certain, I'm going to stop. I'm sorry. I need to take a breath.
So I found a little of the research.
Is there research?
Kraft Heinz partners with Weiss Institute to make sugar healthier.
What? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm literally losing my mind.
I mean, there's more. We are seeking partners and collaborators to help de-risk this technology and spin it out into a startup. Want to make sugar healthier? Join our team. Kraft Heinz approached different scientists to create a healthier sugar. They wanted to create an enzyme product that can convert sugar to gut healthy fiber. So they go into the problem, which is that the average American eats 60 pounds of sugar a year, most of that from highly processed and refined foods. Those foods that are linked, they say those are the foods that are linked to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and other debilitating conditions.
Kraft and Heinz, are you going to take any responsibility for promoting? Well, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean. They're creating foods that
100%. Many sugar alternatives are on the market to try to reduce this disease burden. But these alternatives fail to reproduce sugar's positive effect on foods like their flavor, texture, and browning. Yes, it's not meant to do that.
No, it's not meant to do that.
But there's so much wrong with all of this. And I just want to point out that the average American eating sugar, most of it from highly processed refined foods. Okay, sure. Processed and refined foods that are linked to obesity, diabetes. It doesn't matter if you eat a candy bar or apple or honey. It's all the same sugar, which can lead to, in theory, if you want to believe this stuff, obesity, diabetes. Sugar doesn't cause heart disease. It never has.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure what our links are now with sugar and heart disease, or maybe because of the sugar and I'm obese and therefore I'm diabetic. I may have heart disease, more likely of heart disease.
It's creating a story.
It is creating and other debilitating conditions, not just conditions, not medical conditions, not, be careful condition, debilitating. What are they? Is your leg being chopped off if you have sugar? What else is debilitating? Diabetes is not debilitating, for the record.
Right.
I'm just going to throw that out there. This is like, let's add some fear and fat phobia to the mix. Oh yeah.
This is just, it's unreal. It's just freaking unreal.
If you want to actually create an enzyme, but let's be real about why we're doing it, and that, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we can't make magic happen. Sugar can't convert into fiber.
It's unreal. But again, this is why this, supplement business is, we're probably into $1 trillion business at this point. I'm sure it's surpassed billion.
Yeah, it's huge.
But this is why, everybody is still just wanting a thing that just does not exist.
People want to continue to change themselves. We're talking about the general public at this point.
Yes.
People are so desperate to change themselves and be accepted, or perhaps only accept themselves, or fulfill some sort of void by changing their body or lessening their body, making their body smaller. At what expense? Then you're going to end up with a debilitating disease. You don't even know what proprietary blend you're putting in your body. So, from a physiological standpoint, we can't convert sugar to fiber.
Mm-hmm.
We can, yes, there are probiotics and prebiotics that will help your gut microbiome and help to work with sugar, because bacteria consumes sugar. So there's that component as well. I want to understand people's desperation.
Yeah.
I want to understand why people are so desperate to manipulate their body so much. Because I don't understand anymore. I mean, it's not just about eating disorders anymore. That I understand. I even sometimes understand disordered eating, but we're to the point where the bogus bullshit that people are pulling out of thin air to do and try and, make their body go through just seems.
Well, I think, some of it too, again, is people sometimes just struggle, facing their own behavior and, relationship with food in general. So, I had another experience with somebody who, just, it's this whole thing where, um, she just really struggles with cutting back or taking certain things kind of, out of her intake that are very concentrated. And instead, just thinks, oh, I'll just take turmeric and then that's just going to solve all the things. And it's like, no, I,
Mm-mm,
I doubt that I'll even do
mm-mm,
anything because
mm-mm.
it can't, it can't even do its job
Right.
when you continue to expose your body to these other factors that are creating the problem.
Do you
Turmeric,
recommend turmeric to a lot of people?
no, never.
I'm shocked at how many people I talk to, just like family, friends, just general people who bring up how they take turmeric or drink turmeric tea. And I've often said, what do you think you're going to get out of this? Or like,
Mhm.
what's your why behind spending this money and doing this? I mean, it's not going to hurt you.
Right.
But if you really truly believe that X supplement, diet, whatever is going to cause ABC change,
Hmm.
how does that make a person feel when after so much time it doesn't happen? Now we still feel shame, right? Like
Well,
the
yeah.
shame cycle continues. That's what these products are doing, is they're keeping you feeling shitty about yourself in the long run and really having high hopes, let's increase and get a nice high out of it, and then we drop.
Hmm.
I mean, that's ultimately what's happening.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is like, you can't just throw one thing at it and have it fix all the things. If we're
Right.
talking about anti-inflammatory in a sense, there is a whole shift that has to happen in somebody's intake and lifestyle, and in order for anything to change. And not only that, we're talking about a massive change, and over time will you
Mm-hmm.
start feeling and experiencing a cellular difference. And I don't think people realize, um just the amount of time. Like,
Right.
this isn't, you don't just take turmeric that again is unregulated. You don't even know what you're getting. You don't even know the quality. You don't even know if you're getting turmeric in
Right.
that stupid supplement anyway. But that is not going to do anything for you if these other pieces are not taken care of.
Right. It's a whole picture thing, you
It
know?
is a picture thing. So there was another product too that was kind of and this is what I just find interesting, because lately these all products are claiming the same thing for some reason.
Yeah, it's a new deal.
So, I had another client, again, really love this client. And, she has an analytical mind, and she's like, hey, just going to be honest. I heard this podcast, it was again put on by this doctor. Again, I don't care if you call yourself a doctor. What kind of credentials do you have? And if you have credentials, where's your integrity? Sorry, just have to
Mhm.
throw that out there.
Yep.
And I said to her, I bet you this was really compelling. And she's like, yes, it is. And this is why I'm bringing it to you. You guys, this other product, I'm not even going to mention the name because I don't want any attention to it. It was the same thing. It was simply a powder that had 4 grams of fiber in it. And this claim was all over the board. Like, this is going to absorb. And the whole concept was that it absorbs all of the excess sugar you have in your body.
But
That,
like, do we understand where excess sugar is stored?
well, that in your stomach. The
Oh,
claim is it's going to absorb it all from your stomach, from your cells. It just takes it all right out. 4 grams.
Do people, who create these things and who buy into this stuff, do they just imagine a cartoon stomach with sugar cubes in it? And then, do you know what I mean? Like, do they understand what goes on in the gut and with bacteria and acid and like where absorption actually occurs, which is in the small intestine?
Part of it is the manipulation of physiology.
Yeah.
Because of the misunderstanding of physiology. So,
but do we realize too that 4 grams is like a drop in the bucket? Like that's like you could just go have a Nutri-Grain bar and be pretty good.
Yeah, or for straight, I mean, you could literally just have a cup of spinach.
Yeah, you probably
that's
like
fun. But what I'm saying is that's it.
Not breaking the bank here.
I mean,
it's not getting you to your fiber needs for the day, that's for sure.
Yeah, but there is nothing out there that quote unquote, especially at 4 grams of fiber.
No.
Fiber in general, like fiber is a magnet for sure for lipids.
Lipids.
Hands down. It's a magnet for lipids. This is why we need soluble and insoluble.
Correct.
Soluble dissolves in your arteries. Insoluble takes care of the cholesterol that's in your gut. Because you have cholesterol in your gut, you have cholesterol in your arteries.
Yeah. Fiber and heart. Lipids.
That's right. This is why we want, the more fiber we can take in, hopefully that does help with, cholesterol. Fiber also helps to remove excess estrogen as well. However, I mean, we're talking at a very minor level, but what I'm saying is that the more fiber you can take in, the more that can help with that metabolism and regulation and the removal of excess in general. This does not do that for sugar. Can it slow the release of sugar into your body to create a lower glycemic, shall we use that word? I know you use that word. Effect? Yes, but 4 grams is not magic.
No.
You guys, eat a vegetable.
God, you could go put your face in the grass and smell more than 4 grams.
I mean, it's just it's bonkers is what it is. And so
well, it's unfortunate. It's just again, I don't care that these products exist, right? What I care about is understanding why people feel the need to go down these roads.
I know, but I don't like people being lied to.
No, that's not good. Yeah.
Being totally have smoke blown up their tail and, I do not like that at all.
We do so much damage control.
I cannot see people getting taken advantage of. I hate it.
Yeah.
And this is just stupid.
Well, and I think both of us have lost clients to this industry and to people who are lied to, and then they come back with worse labs, worse, in their eyes, what they're dealing with needing to lose weight and all of that kind of stuff.
Of course.
It sucks.
I know.
It's constant damage control and trying to convince people that bogus shit is bogus shit. And that, unfortunately, for true weight loss or health, it's all just very blasé. It's not magic. It's not sexy. It's not anything special. So I started working with a new client because it made me really, really angry when I saw we're friends, when I saw her, her other mutual friends and stuff like that telling her to, in order to lose weight, do Whole30, do intermittent fasting, consume less than 1,000 calories. And if that doesn't work, then 800. And if that doesn't work, then 600.
Oh my gosh.
And this diet, that diet. And finally I was like, I'm fucking busy as shit. I don't need more clients, but you know what? We're doing this.
Well, there you go, girl.
Because it's really tough. And what I will say, because this kind of goes with what we're talking about, she's done all the diets, right? She's tried all the different things, believed all the different things. And that's, again, that's fine. It's very convincing, right? I had her, we modified a handful of things, to her diet, la, la, la. She went to the store and she's like, I'm so excited to finally learn how to eat.
Oh, that's true.
I'm like, that's the first step.
I know.
It might not create weight loss initially, but like, there's more to it than this.
And eventually that can happen over time because of
Correct.
physiology, because of how physiology works.
Right. You're not going to lose your muscle
my
anymore. You're
God.
not going to, like we're going to be able to turn things around and actually work with your body and hormones and endocrine system, all of that stuff. It might just not be on this, quick fix timeline that people seem to want, which I find fascinating.
No,
we want everything so quickly, and I get it. I want things quickly too, but you also have to be realistic with things.
I think that the red flag is when there's an urgency, there's a real deep emotional layer to that. When there's urgency, there is something that inside that someone is so upset about.
Yes.
And that's the thing. That's the thing.
Well, but it's really tough because I cross that line, or don't want to cross that line rather, of, going out of scope with getting people to talk about what that thing is. Now you end up doing, medical nutrition therapy along with regular therapy. And it's like,
I agree.
Hey, do you have a therapist? No, and I don't want to pay for it, or I don't have the time, or, where people don't necessarily think that what's going on inside of them is anything to write home about. And it's like, yeah, you got to talk about those things.
Oh yeah,
it's definitely a big deal.
Yeah.
And some people don't want to, but they really, and there's a disconnect that what's going on inside of you mentally is causing this physical, need to change.
Right. It's a physical discomfort. Right.
Right.
And something to numb that out, or what, thinking that they have to, again, somehow deprive themselves or, do something to change themselves, like you were saying.
Right. Yeah. It's very interesting. And it really is tough. We have so many people in our world now where it's not just about eating disorders and disordered eating. There's so many more layers to disordered eating.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And it makes it really, really challenging when it's general public, and you can't like get ahead of it because of social media. So you can't get ahead of someone's cry for help and 50 people saying, do XYZ diets, pills, supplements, this, all this yucky stuff. And you're the one little mousy person over here saying, you need to see a dietitian, and, it's okay to eat. And, that's going to be ignored.
I know.
And that's tough.
Yeah. It's exhausting.
It is exhausting. But I love that this listener brought all of this up, because I think we don't realize that these things are happening, that's a lot of marketing going on. It's a lot of sales with kind of faulty research.
I would agree with you. Not even just kind of.
I'm not even sure that, what I brought up wasn't even like the actual it didn't say the actual research. It was a sales page.
I know. Well, thanks again for that. And if anybody else has any questions or things that they're curious about too, feel free to Facebook message us on Messenger. You can also email us at betweentwopastries@gmail.com. So
yeah, let us know.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yay. Have questions you want to hear discussed on the show? Find us on Facebook or visit betweentwopastries.com and drop us a line. Want to support the show? Find us on Patreon for exclusive content. If you love the show, find us on iTunes or your favorite podcast platform. Hit the subscribe button and leave us a review.